Wow, his boobs are bigger than mine. Now, I weaponize my thickness for the forces of good, but recently I've asked myself, when did I start hating my body? I remember one moment in particular when this mold was casted, and it was at a Filipino party. So I was 10 years old and I was at this amazing Filipino party. It was lit and they had a swimming pool and I loved swimming. Y'all, I loved swimming so much. Just leave me in the water and let the adults just play mahjong and chica chica in the garage, okay? So I was in that pool all day long and swimming makes you hungry. So I'm like, okay, there's plenty of food in the garage, I'll go there. First I have to dry myself off. I've always hated the process of getting in and out of the pool. I was afraid of people seeing my fat body, and that shame has been simmering in me for a while now, and I was only 10 years old. So when you're a fat kid like me, you develop little tricks to hide parts of yourself around people. So instead of how people, when you get out of the pool, the guys would put the towel around their waist. What I did was I put the towel around my neck so it hid my chest. But I felt different that day. I felt legendary. I swam all day long. I did all these flips. I jumped into the pool. I was exercising all day, so I was really feeling myself. So I decided to be like every other guy and roll it around my waist. And I remember walking to the garage and I was so excited because I knew that I could get a full plate of rice, adobo, and lechon kawale. Okay! And as I was getting my food, I remember an older Filipina coming up to me all of a sudden. So I acknowledged her and I said, "Kumusta po?" because I really wanted to keep the reputation of my parents for having really well-mannered kids. And she never really addressed me directly. She kind of just gestured towards me as if I was exhibit A. Wow, his boobs are bigger than mine. She said it in Tagalog. She taunted me in a language that I knew, as if I couldn't understand every word she stabbed into me. She was even gesturing to the rest of the adults, kind of like she was on the Filipino channel making a joke. I don't really remember if anyone laughed or not. I was pretty shell-shocked. I don't really remember hearing anything. I just remember kind of fighting the corners of my lips from drooping. This is the first of many times I would hover 10 feet above myself. I don't really remember much of the rest of the day. I remember my parents kind of bringing it up in the car, but it didn't really make me feel any better. I kind of remember just kind of sitting blankly in the car. We were going 70 miles per hour and my body was just kind of trailing behind it. From where I am now, I realized that this woman was projecting a deep insecurity about herself onto me. It was never really about me, it was all about her. If I could, I would travel through time and hug that 10-year-old RV and experience the pain that clearly imprinted something on us and would affect us for a really long time. I kind of mourned the fact that even if I did travel through time, there's nothing that I could say that would have made the experience any less painful. Just a promise that one day, maybe I'll be able to process the situation and the pain it brings. I guess today's that day. So I'm curious. I'm obviously older than I was when I was 10 years old, and I'm sure you are too, from the last time something terrible happened to you. And I'm sure you know more than you did back then. So I'm really curious, what would you say to yourself in that moment? How would you help yourself process through that situation now? You have the ability to become the person that you needed back then. So let's start this conversation. Hi y'all, that was pretty intense. Thank you for listening. My name is RV Mendoza, and I am realizing that I am becoming the person that I needed when I was younger, when I was that 10-year-old boy. So I'm making content that will maybe help other people be more brave, be more courageous, be more vulnerable. So if you really like this, please subscribe and like the video. And if you can think of somebody that would really connect to this content, this video in particular, please share it with them. Bye!